Okay, here I am with a second cup of coffee. Let's see. Yeah, I've got my Christmas tree up. I'm enjoying it early because I'm going to be going to Germany in a few days and I'll be gone for a month. So I'm getting in a little bit of Christmas now, although I know in Germany they probably will have started some of the Christmas markets, which is a traditional thing. And oh, they're so much fun. If I have an opportunity and internet access while I'm there, I will do some videos from there as well. Well, I am ready to have my second cup of coffee this morning, and this is going to be on my Vertuo. It's going to be a Melozio decaf. Now, and you know it's decaf, by the way. Nespresso has started putting a little red stripe around there for the Vertuo capsules. Okay, so here's some stuff, some information about Melozio. Okay, so first of all, it's got an intensity of 6. And if you remember, intensity has to do with the strength of flavor, sort of the amount of flavor, and also caffeine content. So obviously this one, it probably only has around 12 milligrams of caffeine, which is, kind of the approximate amount for a lot of decafs. Okay, it says it's smooth and balanced. That's the aromatic profile. And the aromatic notes are biscuity and cereal. I'll have to look up just, what's the difference between profile and notes. So apparently this is a blend of Latin American Arabicas. And it says, oh my goodness, sometimes reading these descriptions makes me imagine that the coffee is going to taste even better. It says, we chose Brazilian coffee of the bourbon variety because it's loved for its sweetness and distinct cereal note. Now, I don't know anything that says bourbon on it. Now, actually, I don't like actual bourbon, the alcohol, but the odor of it, or something that has a bourbon flavor without that bite of the alcohol and the effects of the alcohol, something that says bourbon, yummy. So that makes me think I'm going to like it even more. I bet that if somebody had not told me about the bourbon part, and then they said, what sort of flavors do you detect in this? I never would have thought of that, but it's good for my mind. Makes me think I'm really going to like it more. So this is roasted and blended with lightly roasted Central American Arabicas that round out this coffee. And let's see, origin, Brazilian coffee beans of the bourbon variety. And all right, so on and so forth. Roasting. We split roast this Vertuo Coffee Pods Arabica coffees. It allows the Brazilian bourbon to develop its cereal notes to become a sweet and smooth coffee. Lightly roasting the other Arabicas rounds out Melozio. Maybe someday this sort of information will make sense to me, or maybe it's just neither here nor there. I don't know. Okay, aromatic profile. You'll catch its aroma of delight. The classic cereal note and its honeyed sweetness. It makes a smooth and flavorful black coffee, Americano or long black. However you drink it, it's easy to fall for Melozio. Well, guys, I've already got some almond coconut milk in here, so not going to be having it black this morning. Well, let me go ahead and brew it here. I was thinking, why do people watch coffee videos, like these that I make? Oh, I don't want here, I better hold this. My phone's threatening to fall out of the stand. So, why do people watch coffee videos? You know what? For the same reason that people watch those cake baking contests on TV, or Project Runway, or soap operas, or comedies, or dramas, or horror movies, or shows about people making things out of glass, glass blowing stuff, or forging metal, or sewing shows. Just about anything you can think of. Everyone has different interests, and sometimes we just want to know more for information's sake, and sometimes we like to hear other people talk about the things that we like in common, that we enjoy also. I don't know, maybe sometimes people like to watch things and say, oh my gosh, that person is ridiculous. Who knows? um, but anyway, yeah, I was just thinking about that. And I know that some people watch my videos while they're having coffee in the morning, and they have coffee with me. So here is Melozio Decaf on a Nespresso Virtuo machine. That over there is a Pixie original line Nespresso coffees. This is the Virtuo. It's actually a Virtuo Evoluo. Nespresso has a lot of names of machines and coffees that can be real mouthfuls. Oh, no pun intended there. So here we go. I've got a little bit of almond coconut milk in there. So pretty. I always enjoy looking at that. It's kind of like my sand picture here. I know I say this a lot. And this thingy, this drippy thingy, it's just really fun to watch. And it's nice to have candles too, and pretty lighted things. Well, anyway, on to the important part. This, by the way, is a Nespresso mug. Maybe you can see it says Nespresso there. So when you brew the coffee into the milk or cream, you tend to get more of a froth on top. The crema of the coffee and then the milk or cream tend to froth up even more, which can be really fun, especially if you like creamy stuff. But if you let it sit for a little while, in case you don't like it, there are some people that don't like that. It will start to dissipate. Do I want any sweetener? Oh, that's so good. Now, this is the kind of coffee that if I had somebody here and we were drinking a cup together, it would be lovely to just sit and have a conversation. This, to me, has more complexity, more character than a regular, American cup of coffee that you get in any restaurant. So it'd be nice to sit and chat with someone. Thank heavens for microwaves, that if it sits and it gets too cold, we can warm it up again. I am going to put a little sweetener in. Oh, golly, what would taste good with this? Bourbon. No, I don't have any bourbon. Although that would be interesting, wouldn't it? I'm a little on a kick, a little bit of coconut here. This is Jordan's Skinny Syrups. Ooh, you know what? Actually, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I really like the flavor of this coffee. It's on the mild side, but it's got a nice flavor, probably that bourbon, right? So I've got a bottle of Jordan's simple syrup here, which is normally simple syrup is, I can get into it, just a sugar syrup, but this is a sugar-free sweet syrup. Okay, which, oh my goodness, let me get a knife here. All right, see if I can. Okay, so not only is this sealed really well on the outside, gosh, but also they always come with a seal on the inside. getting into this sometimes, you can really work up a thirst for your coffee by the time you get into it. They're not all this hard to get into. I just happened to get this one. Okay, enough said. Alrighty. So, what the simple syrup does is it just sweetens things. It doesn't interfere with the other flavors that are in there. Now, you know, if you happen to make a cup of coffee and you don't like the way the coffee tastes, use one of the flavored syrups, or, you know, you can put some extract, vanilla extract, almond, you know, any number of different extracts in there. Needs just a tad more. Okay, I think now I'm probably set. Now, one other thing, if you don't want to sweeten your coffee, but you want a sweeter flavor somehow, have it with something that has some sweetness, especially like a carbohydrate that also is sweet, like a sweet roll, piece of Danish, some cookies. That's yummy. Because I've got the Melozio flavor, but it's on the sweet side. Okay. Oh, golly, you know, I just remembered I have a chocolate bar in the freezer. I could have brewed this over chocolate. Well, there's so many different ways that you can make coffee or doctor up a coffee that you don't care for. So, I don't know. It's very rare. I think only a couple of times in the last couple of years have I poured a cup of coffee down the drain because it was just and I know one of those times it's because the way I doctored it up is what made it so awful. Well, anyhow, it's fun to experiment. I hope that you have a lovely day, and find some things on Facebook or YouTube to watch that make you happy in case you're stuck at home and are looking for something to do. That's always fun.